Hi everyone, Happy New Year, or well, it is New Year's Eve. I do hope that you have had a lovely day, and I hope this whole year has been some sort of change for you, some sort of growth, something that you can go into 2019 feeling good about. This is your last reading of 2018, and it is going to be, just your standard daily reading, the same one that we've been doing all year, and then tomorrow I'm going to have something out for you. For the year. So check that out tomorrow. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for just this whole year. I know I started this channel a little bit later in the year, and it's not, growing super fast, but it is growing, and every day I'm thankful for that. I'm thankful for anyone who sticks around on those days when I'm not able to record for whatever reason. I'm thankful to people who understand that I take vacation or I need to take time to sort of recenter and readjust myself to the changes of the world. And that is why I wasn't able to give you a reading for Christmas. Or for Yule or any of that kind of time for the last week, because I needed to readjust. I needed to kind of reconnect and put myself back in the mindset of a person who is doing a lot of different stuff, because there's a lot of stuff, and I published a book, and I am working on publishing another one and editing that, and I do want to really make sure that I get these out to you, these readings. But the fact is that this YouTube channel is it's something of a hobby. It's something I do so that I can, like I said when I started, so that I can practice, so that I can learn Wow, I think I started this channel a year ago in November. That I just thought about that. It's actually been like a year. So yay, happy birthday to this channel, sort of. But anyway, it is still kind of like a hobby for me. It's not something that I get paid to do. It's not something that, anyone's really relying on me for. So when I have things that like deadlines and things that tend to take over, unfortunately, this is one of the things that I'm able to say, okay, I'll need to take a break from that today, a little bit sooner than I could say take a break from editing a book or from writing something or for working on the Maiden Circle online course, which, by the way, in January, I am going to have the course open for testers. It's only going to be the first lesson available to you. And if you're interested to see what that lesson is right now, go ahead to the Maiden Circle website. It's in the description. It's www.mcca.vwilderathome.com, and then go click on Maiden Circle course. You'll see that in the little menu at the top. So go ahead and check that out if you'd like to see what's in the course. And the first lesson or first class of the course is going to be available to you in just a few weeks for beta testers. So it's not going to be full price, and it is not going to be the full 12-month course. It's just going to be the first month, and we're going to see how it works and get some feedback and any of that. So if you're interested, let me know in the comments, message me on Facebook, or go ahead and check out the website and message me there. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. Let's go ahead and this is our last reading, you guys, for the year anyway. I'm going to be back tomorrow with another reading, and it's not going to feel like the last, but this is the last reading for 2018. So thank you again for being here. What is your overall energy today? What is your overall energy for the last day of 2018, of Monday, December 31st, the very last day of this whole year? What is the overall guiding energy for whoever is here, whoever needs to hear this message? As always, these are general messages, so they're never going to be specific to you alone. However, if you are looking for a more private, specific message, go ahead and check out one of the links in the description. There are at least 3 different ways for you to contact me, and I will be there to give you a reading. Since it is the holidays, I'll probably be doing some serious discounts for you guys. There are discounts on the website and also on my Facebook page, so go check that out. So what is your overall energy for this last day of 2018? So we got Heaven Sent, but I peeked at the bottom here, And you have restore and replenish. And I do think that this message is just as important as this one right now. Like, this is the day for you to take some time to relax. This is the day for you to reflect. This is the day for you to, think about all that you've gone through, all that you've experienced, whether this year or this month or just this week. Just listen to all of the guidance that has come to you and figure out what you need to do to rebalance, because I think it's time for you to readjust. It's time for you to rebalance. And this message is coming from spirit, from beyond. Listen to your soul, listen to your spirit, listen to your higher self, whatever you want to call it. There's a part of you that knows the truth about just what you need to do as you move into the next year. So listen to that, because it's coming from somewhere pure. It's coming from a place of love. It's coming from a place of divine guidance. Okay, let's see what that is a little bit more specifically, and ask what your aspirational card is. This card can tell us a little bit more about the Heaven Sent card, whatever message it is that's coming for you. And it also lets us know, if you're able to overcome your challenges, what you can expect or hope for, what kind of energy you need to be working towards. So what is your aspirational energy for today, for this last day of 2018 and the last day of December? It's a lot of endings happening. What is your message for this final 2018 day, the last Monday of the year, December 31st? You have the Two of Cups, right? Again, with the message of balance. Again, I do think that quite often this card speaks to like couples, romance, all that kind of stuff. That's not what I'm getting here. What I'm getting is it's two sides of you. It's two sides of your life. Two things that maybe you've been trying to pursue or choose between, something that's calling to your heart and something that's calling to your more logical mind, and they're not necessarily, you don't know how to make them compatible. But I do think that, this being in your aspirational position, it's saying that you're going to need to find some balance, emotional balance especially, but also balance of the mind, balance between your mind and your heart. If you've been torn about something, figure out a way to make sure that it speaks to you on all levels, that it's actually there, it's actually what you're looking for, it's actually what you desire and what you need and what you choose, and that you're not just going through the motions. You're not just doing it because the universe tells you or because someone else tells you to do it. This is all about coming to terms with your higher self and your more earthly grounded self. I know a lot of people think that, we're just a soul inside of a body, but the belief that I hold is that you are an ensouled being, that your soul exists within every cell of your body. Your soul exists within every follicle of your hair. Your soul exists within every little bit, all of your fingerprints, your skin, every part of you encompasses your soul and is a part of your soul. And to try to separate your soul from your body, it often causes people to be very unbalanced, very disconnected. They're either too much on the spiritual side, to the point that they're not connected to what's going on in the real world. They're not really able to understand other people. They're not really able to handle, reality, that there are dark things in reality, and those things tend to take those very spiritual people to a point where they get very sensitive, and they start to try to almost fall apart, because they're not as protected from that as they could be. And then on the other hand, there are people who are too separate from their spirit, or they just don't want to connect with spirituality. They don't want to connect with their soul, and so they just kind of turn into logs. They just live on a wheel. They go to work, they come home, they eat, they watch TV, they go to sleep, and they do it all over again forever and ever and ever, and they never feel, or they never make the effort to pursue something more spiritual. They never make the effort to pursue something different or bigger, or to really get in touch with their soul. And then they They might be over emotional or not emotional enough. They might also have trouble connecting with people. And I think that's a common thread with people who decide that it's either one or the other instead of trying to integrate or understanding that your soul and your body, your spiritual and your mundane, your higher and your earthly self, they're all integral. They all need to be balanced and they all need to have love and be taken care of. And I think that's what your aspirational energy here is. You need to find that balance and find that spiritual connection with your earthly self. You need to find that mold, that melding, okay? So let's see what is challenging you, as we say that, on the physical, earthly, mundane level. What is your challenge? And I think this integration is often something that comes up in these readings, where the mental, spiritual, and emotional side can really affect the physical. And that's totally, just the way it is. This is the way people are. It's the way I believe psychology works, So what is your challenge today, December 31st, 2018, on the mental, physical, on the physical side? Sorry, guys. It has been a lovely day and a lovely year. But it's been a while since I did these readings and my tongue's a little bit tied. So what is challenging you? Whoever you are, whoever needs this reading, whoever's here for this reading, what is your challenge on the earthly plane for today, Monday, December 31st, 2018, for this last day of the year? What is your challenge? So you have the Four of Cups, and on the bottom here, you have the Nine of Cups. And so we've got a lot of cup energy here, and I do think this has to do again with your emotional state, with your spiritual state. This is a card of balance, okay? This is a card that typically says that you're not as focused on the things that you should be focused on right now. You may be feeling like I don't know, maybe making some resolutions. It is the new year that part of you knows are not going to happen, but you're doing it because you're lying to yourself, because you think this is what you have to do. You think this is what you're going to do, even though it's not something you've ever done in your life before, even though you've never stuck to, an exercise routine. You're suddenly going to stick to one now that's exactly the same as the one you tried to stick to last year. You tell yourself you're going to quit your job this time as soon as you find something else, but within a few weeks, you're going to be like, nah, I'll stick with it for another 6 months. I'll stick with it for another year. I got to find something perfect. Okay. So I think this is speaking to you're not looking at the reality of your situation right now. You're not really taking in the truth of what you're experiencing. You're really just fantasizing. You're really just dreaming about what could be and what you'd like to happen. But the truth is, it's not going to, because you're not going to put in the work. With this card, you're fantasizing. With this card, you're dreaming, and you're lacking that sort of stability. You're lacking that grounding, that anchoring that you need. And I do think that just because I keep focusing on the heart here, but all of the cups in this deck have a heart on them. And I think that's a reminder that you really should listen to your heart, listen to your emotions. And your heart isn't the part of you that's fantasizing about how things could be. It's the part of you that is willing to be exhausted for something. It's the part of you that's willing to cry for something. It's the part of you that works late at night on some sort of art project that no one else is going to see and exhausts yourself, because this is what your heart is telling you needs to be done, okay? It's not just what you're wishing. It's not just what you're hoping. It's what you're willing to sweat for. It's what you're willing to bleed for. And that's what you need to listen to, because you're not right now. You're just hoping for things, and you're wishing for things, and you're fantasizing, and you're dreaming. And this is the time where everyone is kind of well, not everyone, but a lot of people are kind of in that place where they're making these resolutions or making these plans and making these goals, but they're setting goals but not making plans to actually achieve these goals. They're not breaking down the steps that they need to take to achieve those goals. They're simply just hoping and dreaming that there will be a change in their life. And that's kind of what you're dealing with right now. So let's see what we can do to overcome this challenge. What can we do to overcome this sort of lack of commitment? You're just hoping for a change and you're like, yeah, I think next year I'm gonna go to sleep at 11 o'clock every night and wake up at 7 in the morning and actually get stuff done before I go to work, right? But even tonight you're up till like 3 in the morning. So like your actions are not congruent with the way you're thinking today, okay? Your behavior does not support these claims you're making or these hopes you're putting out, these resolutions you're setting for yourself. So what can you do to overcome this particular challenge? How can you overcome this non-committal or wishy-washy kind of behavior? You have the High Priestess, and you have the Emperor. Wow. So this is a powerful message for you, okay? This is saying, you know what, you need to really reconnect spiritually with what your goals are, with how you're trying to change your life, because there's something here that's not entirely, that you're not paying attention to. There's you know what you want, you haven't figured out how to do it. There's a light behind her, and you don't see that light, and you haven't figured out, like I said, those steps that you need to take. The Emperor is a message that you need to get organized. You need to get grounded. You need to, just say, get real with yourself. Get realistic. You're very dreamy. You're very much in a dreamy state, and that's okay. With this High Priestess, it's not a bad thing that you're feeling dreamy, that you're feeling like, I do want to make these changes. I do want to go after these things, okay? And that's fine, but you really have to pave a road. You really have to create your existence, create your future here. Take time, sit down, write out your plans, write out every step you might need to take, and then write out every step in between those steps that you might need to take, and then do it again until you have a road map, until you have something concrete to guide you so that you can achieve these dreams, because you can. They're in you. You're so hopeful and you're so dreamy and you're so ready to go into this new year and to make these new changes, and that's good. But you cannot make those changes without some concrete plans. You can't do it without really knowing where you're going and knowing what you're going to do. And right now you don't yet. But that, I think this message is that, it's possible to do that. Okay. We've got these little, I don't know if you can see these. You see those guys? We got these little fools here, these little jesters, okay? The fool is almost always a sign saying that you need to take a leap of faith. And being here on the High Priestess, it's saying, you have these dreams, you have these very high dreams. There's something that has been in your heart. There's something that has been on the back of your mind for a while now, and it is time for you to really try to pursue those things. But you're gonna have to get organized. You're gonna have to do it in a very adult, business-minded way, a very logical way. The Emperor here is a melding of passion and emotion. The red and the blue here on his robe is, this is your emotional, dreamy side, and this red is this red is your passionate, active side, okay? You have to put dreams into motion. You have to put your words into action, okay? You can't just hope. You can't just dream. You can't just say what you want. You can use affirmations, definitely, but they're not going to do anything for you if if you're just sitting around waiting for the universe to hand you your dreams. Don't wait for the universe, okay? This is telling you, go for it. This is telling you, you have these lofty dreams. It's something that's really deep in your emotions. It's something that's really been speaking to you for a while. We have this water energy again here. And this is telling you, if you're going to go for it, as logically as you can. Go for it with real ideas, with concrete, technical, objective, written ideas, something that is going to help you actually make that change, okay? It's not, don't just dream it today. Don't just hope for change today. All right, so let's see what is going on underneath the surface on your mental, emotional, and spiritual level. And I do think with the physical challenge, it is saying that whatever you're doing today, you might just feel like partying or sitting around, but then there's an opportunity for you to actually take one step towards your goal. That's all you have to do, is take that first step and then take another step and then another, and just keep taking one step at a time, right? So let's see what is challenging you on the mental, emotional, and spiritual level for Monday, December 31st, 2018. Oh my. Monday, December 31st, 2018. You have the Ten of Swords. So I think, do you see this? You see this kind of story here? There's something, and forgive me for saying it because she's cake, but there's something eating at you. There's something that's just kind of weighing you down. And I think, whatever it is, it could be fear of change. It could be fear of what could happen if you did take any of these first steps. But it's just kind of weighing you down, and maybe you feel like too many people are watching. You feel like, you did want to make these changes and do these things, but you don't really like the idea that people are expecting you to make these changes, or people are hoping, or you're just feeling the pressure of doing whatever it is you set out to do, especially if you told people that that's what you set out to do, or if, like with this Four Cups, you were talking about your dreams and talking about your wishes and making these resolutions. Now you're kind of feeling the pressure to actually come through, to make that happen. And you're already at this point, before you even taken your first step, you're already at this point where you're like, maybe I can't do it. Maybe I don't want to do that. Maybe it's too much for me to handle. Maybe it's too much for me to achieve, and maybe I already bit off more than I can chew. And it's like literally the second or minute you said your resolution, this thought came in your head, and you're like, but maybe I can't do that. You're like, oh, I'm gonna start a business, and then immediately there's a voice in your head saying, it's gonna be a lot of work. You're gonna do this. You gotta hire secretaries. You gotta get material or product. You gotta set up a website. You gotta get reviews for your website. You gotta get your first clients. You gotta talk to people. You gotta send emails. No, that's too much work. Okay, so like your brain is just like immediately giving you all of the reasons why you can't do whatever it is you set out to do, and you're feeling like it's just too much. You're feeling like the pressure is on. The pressure is on. Okay, so let's see what you can do to overcome this kind of pressured feeling. What can you do to overcome this feeling of being pressured, of maybe just not feeling like you can achieve the goals you've already set for yourself, the goals you very recently set for yourself? How can you overcome this particular challenge. How can you overcome your challenge on the mental, emotional, and spiritual side, or spiritual level, for Monday, December 31st, 2018? How can you overcome this challenge? So you have the Page of Pentacles, and you have the Queen of Pentacles. Interesting. So I don't know if all of the court cards have a peacock, but these definitely both do. So I think there's an ego thing that you're dealing with right now, and you have to be aware of letting that stop you or letting that take over. I think your fear of failure is going to hold you back here, because with the Page of Pentacles, it is saying that, you know, you're ready to start this new business. You're ready to start this new endeavor. But there is more for you to learn here. There's more for you to do. But you do need to have that confidence in yourself and have that knowledge of your own abilities and your own capabilities here, because you have what it takes to do this thing again. And I do think that they're all related right now. You're with this High Priestess, whatever it is that's been speaking to your heart, whatever it is that you have this desire to go after so strongly, you're capable, and you need to remember that. You need to let your confidence lead the way. Again, don't let your ego get out of hand. But I think right now your ego is damaging you. Your ego is saying, you know, if I fail, I suck. And that's ego too. Ego's not just I'm amazing and I'm great and I'm wonderful and I'm the best at everything. Ego also is what creates this fear of failure and this fear of going after something that seems different or that has even the possibility of failure, because that hurts. That hurts the ego, right? So you have to rebuild this personal confidence within yourself, and then, you know, learn what you can learn. Know that it's time for you to try to start. It's time for you to get going. But there's more for you to learn here. There's more for you to practice. So let go of that ego. Get confident. Do whatever it takes to remind yourself of your capabilities, whether that's practicing over and over, whether that's doing daily affirmations, whether that's just writing down 150 times, I can do it, I can do it, I can do it, I can do this, I can start a business, I can start a business, I can start a business, I can write a book, I can write a book, I can write a book, I can exercise every day or 2 days a week. I can exercise a few days a week. I can be healthy. I can be healthy. I can be healthy. Whatever it is, you know, there is a part of you that already knows you can do it. Tap into that part of you in whatever ways you can figure out. And if you need some more ideas, message me. I'm always happy to give people ideas on how to live their best life, how to be the best version of themselves, the happiest and healthiest version of themselves. And that is entirely up to you. Who that person is entirely up to you. It's not up to me. It's not up to society. It's not up to your mom. It's not up to anybody. The best you is who you think is the best you. And the only person who can make you that person or get you there is you. Okay? But you do need to remember that you're the only person who can get you where you need to be. And then you're ready to start. You're ready to start this new journey. You're ready to start this new experience, whatever it is. And yeah, you're going to have some stuff to learn. You're going to have to practice. You're going to have to read. You're going to have to do some research. You're going to have to do a lot of legwork, whatever it is, and prepare yourself for that, because that's what's in store for you. But also know that you can do it. Look, you got 2 pentacles right here, okay? That is yes. That is you're ready. It is time. That is luck. That is blessings. That is super blessings, okay? These are your blessings. These are your permission. These are your yes. Yes, you can. Yes, you will. You have it in you. You have the power. You have the wisdom. And if you don't have the wisdom, you can gain the wisdom. It is not out of reach to you. It is within your grasp, okay? So, let us see how we are going to end this day. How are we going to close out this day and subsequently close out this year? How are we going to close out 2018, the end of day for Monday, December 31st, 2018. What are you going to do to close out this day? You have the Eight of Pentacles and the Knight of Swords. So I think if you're able to overcome that sort of that knee-jerk fear of I can't do it the second you make a decision, the second you make a hope, if you're able to really put in the action towards these goals, towards these dreams, these resolutions, then I think tonight, you're going to spend some time learning about this. You're going to spend some time working on it. You're going to spend some time preparing. And if not tonight, when? Like, I understand it's New Year's and a lot of people want to go out and party. Fine, whatever. Before you do that, take some time to really work towards your goals. Make some plans, just write down what you want to do tomorrow even. If today you can't take any of those first steps, write down. The easiest step is to just write down your plans for tomorrow. Write down your steps for tomorrow. What's the first thing you're going to do towards achieving this goal? Whatever it is, you have so much going for you. Again, we have the Pentacles. Again, we have abundance in store for you. Again, we have luck in store for you. And in fact, with the Eight of Pentacles, you already have a lot of abundance there for you and available to you. You have a lot of wisdom available to you. You have a lot of ability available to you, but you still have a lot to learn, and you still have you have plans to make, you have goals to make, you have studying to do, you have new understandings to create. Okay, this isn't going to be an overnight change for you, but you can take that first step and you can learn how to do that. You can just ask questions, look it up, brainstorm, meditate on it, whatever it takes. And with this Knight of Swords, I think mentally you're very clear on what it is you want at this point. You're very clear on just where you want to go. And I think with the Knight of Swords, I always feel the sense of peace. And I think it's because the horse is decked out in blue. But I think, whatever you're going through, if you can overcome your challenges, you're going to be ready to make these changes. You're going to be ready to go after your goal. And this isn't like just some everyday easy goal. This is something that has been speaking to your heart for a while. This is something that is in the back of your head all the time. This is something, like I said, something big, like starting a business or starting a new exercise routine to change your physicality, to change your health. This is eating better. This is, and not just better in general, this is like eating well enough that you feel healthy, knowing that you're healthy, that your body is as healthy as you could possibly get it. This is better sleeping habits. This is a better relationship. Whatever it is that you've felt lacking in your life, that you have felt maybe even depressed about not pursuing, but up till around now you haven't really done anything to do that. It's time for you to figure out how to pursue that, because the only person who's in charge of your life is you. And I think mentally, you're finally ready to make those steps. You got to keep that energy going though, because being ready today doesn't guarantee you're going to be ready tomorrow. You have to keep that energy going. Today though, if you're able to overcome your challenges, you're ready. You're like, I know what I want. I know where I'm going. I know what I need. And there is this light of hope for you. Okay. You are guided by your own hope. You're guided by by what's in your soul, the messages that are speaking to your soul, like all parts of you. This is something that you're being called to do because you feel like you need to do it, because you can't. You're just not complete without it. And you're finally sick of not being complete without it, not feeling complete without it. So you're ready to go, and this is what you're pursuing, this light, this hope, this growth, this love. But it's not going to be something you can achieve overnight, okay? It is something you're going to need to work on. It's something you're going to need to learn to understand. It is something you're going to need to take some time inside and look inward and really listen to all parts, all aspects of what makes you you, okay? And that once you're able to do all that, when you're doing this, you're going to be so much closer to this balance. You're going to be so much closer to integrating your mind and your spirit so that you can be the whole, healthy, and happy person that you deserve to be, okay? Thank you so much for being here. I will see you tomorrow. Thank you. I can't say thank you enough. This year has been amazing. This year has been a whirlwind. Yeah, it's been a roller coaster. It's been a lot of different things, and I'm just so glad to have been able to share part of it with you and share it with my loved ones. So thank you again. And remember always, always that I love you. You have a lovely, wonderful night and Happy New Year. Bye.